Ramya, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to cook with you finally.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited too. I don't generally cook with people like virtually, so.
I know it's kind of, it's like, it's fun and it's awkward. It's all of those things.
Yes.
And, but like, tell the viewers a little bit about you. Like, I met you because you had me on your show for a great interview. But tell us like just a little bit about yourself and where we can find you and stuff.
Oh, for sure. Okay, thank you. I am the co-host of Kelly and Ramya, and Kelly McDonald is the other person. And we do a daily show together on AMI Audio and AMI TV. That is basically my daily, and that's 2 hours where we had you on. It's like our afternoon variety show. We call it variety show, but it's really like entertainment, lifestyle, arts, all that stuff. And of course, lots of focus on the disability community. Kelly and myself, we're both low vision, so we have disabilities ourselves, and then we bring on guests and contributors who also have disabilities to chat about everything and anything.
Amazing. Yes, and so you have to check it out if you haven't. I'll put all the links down below in the description. And yeah, and after we got talking and we realized that we both love cooking, so Ramya, I asked you to share with me some tips and tricks and some recipes. So I'm excited. What are we making today?
I wanted to bring you something that had a little bit of me, my heritage, my background, the food that I grew up with, right? So I'm Sri Lankan Canadian, and my mother is an amazing chef. She cooks all the time for us, and like there's nothing like my mom's food in my palate. So I wanted to bring something kind of easy, simple to make. You can use variations and change up the seasonings however you like, but I picked the fried stuff category. So yeah. We're frying potatoes, we're frying eggplant, and if you'd like, we're also frying onions and chili, because that's just an easy side to go along with literally anything we eat.
Amazing. I love the fried things, and honestly, I don't eat enough of it. So
I'm the opposite. So you have an excuse to do this. I eat fried stuff all the time, so I should probably cut down. But one more time.
Yes, you do it all the time. So you're just gonna keep it up. Keep up your good streak, you know? What do we do? I literally have no idea what we're gonna do. So you're gonna be telling me everything? I have a knife.
Yes, so the first thing is all the preparation, right? Like the cutting and peeling. Have you peeled your potatoes yet?
Do I have to peel them?
You know what?
I hate peeling potatoes, Ramya. It is the absolute worst thing in the world.
I agree with you. I'm going to peel one potato and leave one potato unpeeled.
Like, I actually don't mind the skin. I like the taste and stuff like that, making things. And I honestly have just like shied away from peeling potatoes because it's annoying and not the easiest thing. But as I'm doing it now, I'm like, sticking my stump down really hard, holding the potatoes down, and just going slow. And it's actually not that bad.
Yeah? Okay, wait. One more time. Describe how you're doing it.
Okay, so I'm holding the potato on the table. So totally not how you're doing it. I'm like shoving it down with my stump. I'm holding it down in the middle. Okay. And then I'm kind of like peeling it out from my stump down the side, so kind of like a sunshine shape.
Got it.
Now I'm gonna flip it over and do the same thing on the other side.
What do you call like the little things on your potatoes? I call them eyes. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, but you have to take them out.
I don't know. It just feels weird to me, so I take them out. I'm not sure if they're not supposed to be or if it makes a difference. So because we're frying, and we want to make life super easy by frying for the least amount of time, we just cut as small as you can go. Yeah, not like French fries. Like these are just tiny little fried potatoes.
Okay, like a centimeter by a centimeter kind of?
Yeah, like give or take.
Yeah, I see that. Okay. So like, all right. And then kind of you want a square kind of? Do you want to tell me a bit more about your cooking journey? Like, how you learned it growing up, what you like to cook and stuff, and yeah, what's that been like?
I have been cooking for a very long time. I'm 29 now, and I've been cooking since I moved out, which was 18. And I've always enjoyed being in the kitchen. So I cooked a little when I was still living at my mother's house, But at that time, cooking was always overseen by other people, aka sighted people in my family, right? A lot of the adventurous part of cooking was really not there. But then when I moved out, I became very adventurous very quickly. And like, in my opinion, adventure was just like using the stove or using the oven or actually putting, like, using oil to fry things, different stuff like that.
I would love to know how, like, what are some of your favorite ways that you set up your kitchen, particularly as someone who loves to cook and has low vision. What are some ways that you make your kitchen just the best experience for you?
The easiest answer to that is minimal. Like, I don't like things everywhere. I actually find it very nerve-wracking to make big meals. Like if you're doing a Thanksgiving dinner for friends or whatever, right? It means that it's going to be chaotic. And that chaos of things everywhere, people everywhere, the movement of, I place my knife here, but all of a sudden it's not, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you're like, where is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it terrifies me. But aside from that, to be honest, like, my setup is just clean. I like having a particular thing in a particular place. I feel like, a lot of people can relate to that, right?
Love it. Okay, yeah. How do you peel your onions for this dish? No, not peel, pardon me.
So feel free. Okay, the end result, I don't know how you're gonna get there, right? But the end result is long, thin slices of onion.
I like to cut through the hairy bum of the
yeah.
Keep it all attached. And then, cut it in half there and then peel the first layer off and then chop it from that point.
This is a very big annoyance of mine, but because of my vision, I can't tell if the whole peel has come off. So I always peel the first layer. But I feel like not everybody does that, right?
I think so, but I love that feeling of like taking the whole first layer off with the skin and you're just like, yes, because then all that dirt and all that whatever is off.
Exactly.
So I'm in the same boat as you. I don't know.
These are shaped. It's nice after they get fried. You get the long, thin, crispy strips of onion.
And the onions are going to go in a separate place than the potatoes, is that right?
Yes. Start with everything separate because time of frying is different per vegetable.
Got it. Now, Ramya, does our pan and oil need to be heating up, or does that happen so quickly that we don't need to worry about it?
I think it happens so quickly, and regardless, for me, stovetop cooking, I never start my pan. A, I never use that much oil, and B, I feel that anxiety of, if I'm crying, it's not because this was an emotional question,
Could you imagine?
I was like, holy crap, I never use onion.
What's that?
Oh, sorry, okay.
Oh!
Eggplant. Does your eggplant look like my eggplant?
Absolutely not. Let me tell you what mine So, okay. You know what, honestly? Okay, so your eggplant looks a little bit more like my stump.
But I've worked with any and all eggplants are welcome in this dish.
Wow, there are more than one kind. I'm learning right now.
Yeah, clearly. Essentially, we're cutting these into small, thin pieces. So I'm going to start by cutting it in half lengthwise, cutting it in half widthwise, so that all we're working with is like half.
It smells a little bit like a banana. Is that normal?
Yes, you're right. It does. I don't know if they're in the same family, but it does.
Okay, do you have like a favorite thing to cook?
I don't know if I have a favorite thing, but I do have like go-to things, things that just when you're out of time or when you do it so much that it's going to turn out good.
Yeah. What are
It's kind of like cross between stews or curries or sauces. And sometimes there's sauces that go with, because I like my carbs. Oh my God. Anything with rice and anything with pasta, right?
Okay, amazing.
Yeah. So stovetop sauces is for short. So, ready to start slicing I was going to say cucumber, but not at all. Eggplant, yeah. So, thin, like that thin. What is that, half an inch?
Yeah, that's way thinner than I was going to cut them, so that's good. So these are a little bit thinner than the potatoes?
Yes.
I'm so excited. I have eaten eggplant in my life, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not obviously, but I've eaten eggplant, and I've had some really good eggplant and some not so good eggplant. So it's not like I avoid it, but I just don't know what to do with it. So I'm so excited that I might be able to bring it back.
Yeah, I think you'd love this because, well, actually, I have no idea what you like and don't like, so I take it back.
Oh, I love this.
But the reason why I like this eggplant is it's thin, so it absorbs all the flavor. If you're a seasoning person like I am, like I drench my stuff in seasoning, so feel free not to do that. But
Oh, I will.
but I grew up Sri Lankan, and we just season the heck out of everything, and so sometimes when I try food that the outside is seasoned but it's not absorbed really, I wonder how it could have been made differently.
You know, a trick I learned because we make a lot of like tofu bacon, I guess, or tofu slices that are cooked.
Yeah.
But we marinate them in a bunch of different things, like liquidy yummy times.
Yeah.
And I found if I just take my knife and I put a stack of the tofu, like maybe like 4 or 5 slices of tofu, and I just like poke holes throughout.
Yep.
Then the marinade just soaks right in, and it makes it so much more flavorful.
When did you record your last episode of Stump Kitchen?
Right now, I'm lucky if I get 2 episodes out a month.
Nice. Okay.
It used to be every week. Then my TikTok and my Instagram just got too out of control busy, so I'm focusing on those a lot, and then I'm doing these long form ones, like maybe on average every like 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do a TikTok a day at least, and Instagram every day.
You're keeping up on the daily posting, but
Pardon me?
I love how even though you heard that, you like held it together and said, "Pardon me."
You're keeping up on the daily. I was like, is this a phrase that the kids use nowadays? And I don't know.
I wouldn't, this. I can't believe this is the second time I have to say this today, but I wouldn't know what the kids say.
I about that. Neither would I.
So, anyways, I'm just gonna slice them lengthwise. I don't usually cook with these chilies, but my mom enjoys putting them in with our onions.
We're going to use the Sri Lankan spice mix. And
Yeah.
I was like, great, I'm going to call around and see my spice store, see if they have it. They didn't have it. So I made it from scratch.
That is awesome.
So I roasted everything this morning, and now I just have it in my grinder. So I'm just going to grind it up
Okay.
and smell it. Okay, so sorry about the sound, but here you go. Grind it up, grind it up, grind it up.
So what's in it? Do you remember?
Yes, I have the
I'm
recipe.
not quizzing you. I'm just curious.
Okay, we've got coriander seeds, cumin seeds, black peppercorns, basmati rice, cardamom pods. I took the seeds out. Cloves, black mustard seeds, and fennel seeds.
Wow.
Well, on a plus note, the spice mix tastes amazing. I just tasted some, and it's like got the right amount of like a bit of heat, but like some depth of flavor. It's so amazing. So thank you for that.
Thank you for like going all in and doing it from scratch. That is awesome.
Do you like season one at a time?
I think so. Like, yeah, it's probably easiest. So my mother sent over like some freshly ground Sri Lankan chili powder as well. And I feel like mine would be a different color than yours because this got a lot of chili in it.
Yours is like a beautiful orangey red, and mine is like a light brownish with a tint of red, maybe?
The red, I'm assuming, comes from the red chili in this one, like the spice level. Because we put so much in the actual seasoning blend, like all the ingredients you mentioned, that and salt is all we need to season these.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch you to watch this first part,
Okay.
and then I'll do mine. So you're doing your potatoes, okay?
Yeah, I'm doing my potatoes. I got the red seasoning bowl, and I'm just kind of like thumbing the seasoning into my hand. And it's 2 small potatoes, so I just toss it into the bowl and start like going at it.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at that step now too.
Okay, so how much are you a fan of salt?
Honestly, like I love salt. I love it, but I love little bits. I
Okay.
don't like being super salty.
Complete opposite. My dad was told recently by his medical team that he needs to like cut out salt almost completely,
No.
and the whole family's devastated. Like,
That is devastating.
we all love salt in this house. Like, I think I have actually over seasoned eggplants, and I've known that.
No more hashtag regrets. We're just gonna do it a good way.
This season of Stuff Kitchen. Also, eggplant, I'm not sure if you remember like from your other eggplant experiences, but it does have a sweeter taste at the end, like after cooking.
I don't know that,
Okay.
so I'm excited about that.
It ends up being like surprisingly sweet in my opinion. Alright, yeah, now it's onion time, and as I put my hands in the onions, I realized like, oh, there's a lot of onions that are still kind of stuck together, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine too a bit. My bowl is way too small, so they're falling out everywhere.
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to bring it up because I was like, I could have used a bigger bowl, but I don't want to wash a bigger bowl.
Dirty another bowl. This bowl's fine.
Onions are seasoned.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, okay.
Beautiful.
Sweet. Grass. Alright, so the only thing left is to fry.
Okay, I have my oil hooked under my stump. I'm going to undo the lid.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, how much oil do I put in my pan? I'm using coconut oil.
Okay. If you're like deep frying, sorry, I'm just washing my hands.
That's probably a good idea. I did not wash my lid, so probably a good idea.
I'm gonna use olive oil and sesame oil.
Oh, fancy.
I really enjoy sesame oil and I barely ever use it, so I thought this would be a good excuse.
I love it. Isn't it so good?
It's so good. Okay, so I have a pan, non-stick. It's not my favorite.
I have a pan too. It is cast iron. It's not really.
I also have a cast iron. Okay, let me use the cast iron first then.
Oh, okay. Yes.
With frying, I prefer to turn on the heat last. I know that people have different preferences, you know, make sure the oil's at the temperature you need it before you put all your stuff in, blah, blah, blah. But this is more of like a comfort thing. I'm going to start with the potatoes. What are you going to start with?
The same as you. Potatoes.
Okay. All right, potatoes. So I put the potatoes into the pan.
Without anything else?
Because I'll tell you why. I'm not starting the stove either. I'll tell you why. It's because what the process is this for me. I put the potatoes in, and then that gives me an idea of how flat, like what it. Can you see my potatoes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what it feels like for all the potatoes to have. Like, is it going to be 1 layer, 2 layers? You know what I mean? How high up the potatoes in my pan?
It's so brilliant.
If I put in the oil first and then heat it up and then put the potatoes, I'll never get a tactile sense of how much oil was really needed for these potatoes. And I've turned my heat up to medium, like 6 o'clock.
All right.
On traditional stove.
My potatoes are already starting to sizzle a bit.
Yes, mine too.
Okay, good. Do you move them around quite a bit as you're cooking, or do you want to like let one side cook and then flip them, or like how do you?
I was just going to comment on that. So as a low vision person, to be honest, I barely ever follow the rules about let them sit, don't touch them. Yeah, like for example, with these potatoes, like I need to know if they're softening or if they're hard on one side and not so hard on the other. But it's hard for me to flip because they're really tiny pieces, right? So I just, to deal with that, like, I just stir.
Okay, I just tasted one of the little ones. And
Yeah.
it felt like it was almost cooked.
Really? The potatoes?
Yeah,
Okay.
just almost, but it was really small. And it was
Okay.
so good. I'm going to add a little bit more salt.
Okay. Oh yeah, nice.
Do the eggplants, do they get crispy eventually? Or how do they?
They kind of, they soften like crazy, like really soften. And then the edges where the skin is gets crispy. So my eggplant is at the soft stage.
Yeah, mine is too, I think.
Yeah, it'll change from this consistency though.
It will. What will it change to?
It'll harden a bit.
Okay, I'm going to take my potatoes off.
Yep, I've already taken my potatoes off as well. I'm adding way more seasoning to my eggplant, just letting you know.
Oh, okay, I'm going
Like
to get
a
on board.
lot more. So this is pretty much done. Hold on, look.
Yeah, okay.
It's also very seasoned right now, so I don't know if what you're seeing is the color of. So because I haven't deep fried in such a long time, I'm like trying to figure out what the best course of action is to take this stuff out of the oil without the oil with it.
Do you have a slotted spoon?
Yeah, but
Oh, that's perfect!
what do you call this?
A tea strainer.
Okay, I'm almost done taking out my eggplant.
And then do you just like eat these like an appetizer, or do you like put them on something.
Yeah, you can eat them as sides. Like usually we're eating rice with like a couple of sides of things, right?
Yeah.
Or not rice necessarily, but your carb of choice. So specific. And then also you can, like with these eggplants, after you've made these eggplants, you can toss them into your curry. So it's like a fried eggplant.
That's incredible. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Which is also very delicious. But if I'm being honest with you, usually by the time these come off the stove, they're already being eaten. So they don't last long enough to be put in anything else.
Yeah, no, I'm shoving them in my mouth right now. Okay, so do you have your potatoes are done, your eggplant is done?
Yeah.
How are the tastes going?
Really, really good.
The eggplant, like, it reminds me a little bit of, like, I don't even know what to say, but it's sweet, it's savory. The skin is crispy and, like, flavorful, and the flesh melts in your mouth. So, yum.
That is perfect.
Like, I can taste the coconut oil, I can taste the spices, the salt. They're just so rich in flavor, but, like, not too spicy, but I can taste all the different spices in a way. Like, I don't need any dips or sauces. I'm just eating these.
Do you have a favorite out of the three?
I can't pick between the potatoes and the eggplant. The onions are fine, like they're great, you know.
Yeah.
But like the potatoes and eggplant are like the main show, you know.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Ramya, you've changed my life. Thank you so much for being on my show. Like, this is so incredible.
I've had such a fun time, dude. Thank you so much for inviting me, honestly. Like, I haven't made this in so long, so.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you subscribe to Stump Kitchen on YouTube. You can also support Stump Kitchen on Patreon if you want to. And yeah, thanks again. We'll see you next time on Stump Kitchen. Bye!
Stump Kitchen, gluten-free, vegan eats, stumptastic treats.